Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to create a group booking page in TravelJoy. I'm going to go through the basics. There's going to be some background that you're going to need to accomplish ahead of time, but at this point in time, we're just going to do a quick group booking. So to create a new group booking page, you're going to click here up in the top left, the red button, Create Group. You're going to give a name to your group, and we are going to call it Test Page. We're going to identify the travel dates. We're going to make this December 1st through December 8th, and we're going to make the destination Ireland. We can choose and upload a photo of our choice to bring into the main screen. So I am going to go ahead and utilize, I'll use the same one I have for my Ireland group trip. So you just clicked on it and it automatically added it. You can actually work on the size of the page here. So create group. Now do not utilize this or this. The turning on group funds will automatically have your clients pay you direct. We are not allowed to do that, and there's fees associated with that. So as a part of IntelliTravel, we need to go through them. This button here for Creative Group Booking Page is to utilize a direct billing, which utilizes this payment process. So we go straight over here to Create. We do not want to use direct. We want to utilize Group Booking Page Supplier. Again, we're going to create the name of the booking page here, Test Group Main Page, because this is what's going to be going out to our clients. This is the section here where we're going to start building the page. We are going to build the description, as you can see in the left here. We're going to identify the pricing options that the client has to book from, and then this is going to be where the traveler inputs their information once they're ready to book. So right now we are going to start typing in the information that's pre-guided here. So I am going to hold on, from my other page, we're going to put in our welcome information to our clients. This is what we're currently offering, an included 9-day trip. We're giving them the basics behind what's included, and then we're offering also an additional 4-day excursion. So this is where you're going to enter in the main data of what it is that you are selling. The next section here, you're going to see where it says to include what's included. I have already done that up here, so we don't need this particular section. So I am going to go ahead and delete it. But this is a very important section. We want to identify what's not included so that this way there's no presumption by a guest that something may be included that's not. For example, airfare is not included, or travel insurance. So I've gone ahead and identified everything that's not included here. The next section we want to identify is the itinerary. So we're going to list everything that's going on day by day, and that is right here. You have your itinerary for day 1. I'm telling them what they're doing. Day 2, telling them what they're doing, all the way through to the end of day 9 that the tour ends. I also have a key box here to identify what the B, L, and D means in all of these sections. If you'd like to make something bigger or smaller, you can utilize this section here for the bold, italic, underscore, the font type, size, just like we have for anything else we do in Google Docs or Word. You can attach links, you can attach pictures if you'd like, you can do a video, so you can go ahead and make any modifications. The next section is the cancellation policy. So this is extremely important that you identify to your clients all of the cancellation policies for any of the vendors you're utilizing in the page, the group booking page. And it's a requirement that they be allowed to understand what the cancellations are so that they can opt out if they want later on. So here I've gone ahead and identified with the tour company what their cancellation policies are, and I've identified it here. I've also identified my business, which is Sundew Travel Agency, what my cancellations are here, so that this way they're clear that not only is there a cancellation policy requirement for the vendor we're utilizing, but for my business also. So as you're going along, you just keep updating this information. You'll see I've made some details bold, big, some items small, and with bullet points. So now we're going to do the pricing. We are going to identify the minimum and maximum number of travelers in this section. So if we are allowed to have one traveler, solo traveler, you will put a minimum here. If the requirement is for a minimum of 2, then you need to identify 2. If you have a maximum number of travelers, you identify the cap allowed for this individual booking. For groups, don't take groups into consideration here. So we are allowed per booking, per room, per cabin. That's what we're talking about here. So for my scenario, it's going to be minimum number of travelers 1, because we allowed solo travelers, with a cap of 2 per room. We have the travelers share the same dates here. So the travelers that share the same dates can book between 2 dates. Travelers can book specific dates I set. So the travelers share the same dates is where they can book from January 1st through January 7th only. That's an example. Travelers can book between 2 dates. Example would be January 1st through January 4th, any number of nights in between. Or travelers can pick specific dates, which would be January 1st through January 4th or January 4th through January 7th. We are going to go ahead and utilize travelers share the same dates. Now we're going to create a package. So we need to name the package here, and we are going to utilize the early bird discount. I'm going to show you how to create that. You give it the name of what the package type is, what's included. So I'm identifying that this is the early bird discount rate, and that means it's going to be discounted for a short period of time. We add that it's going to be for the 9-day, 8-day group tour. Then we go ahead and provide the description within the description box of what it is that they're selecting. This box here, quantity limited, is to identify any limitations where you have a cap number that you can sell. For example, cabins, if you only have 10 cabins at this particular price point, then you just click this quantity limited, and I'll show you how to use that in a minute, with the number allowed. Since this is an early bird discount, we're going to say that this is going to be available until October 13th, and that's going to be for the travel of, we did our example for December 1st, 2023. December 1, 2023 through December 7th, 2023. I'm going to go ahead and identify the pricing per person single occupancy here. And then you can add a pricing per double occupancy here. Please note that TravelJoy does everything in per person, so you have to ensure that if you have a room or a cabin price, you divide it per person. For my deposit, it happens to be $250 per person, and the final payment, I'm going to make it due based on my vendor. They're requiring it the week before, so I'm going to do it for November 24th. Now we can go ahead and save this, and you're going to see we have one package. Let's go ahead and create another package, and this time let's do it for the solo traveler, and you could see the differences. So here we're going to name this one a little differently. so with the word solo traveler, so you can see the difference in the package type. Here in the description, it's going to identify what it is that they are picking, and you're going to see that it's going to be slightly different because it's identifying the solo traveler supplement. This happens to have a limited quantity, so we are allowed to sell 3 solo travelers in this particular travel package. So here I clicked limited quantity and identified 3. This will also be available until October 13th because it's the early bird discount. Again, the price per person with the supplement is going to be $3,250. I'm not going to add in another occupancy rate because it's a solo traveler only. Deposit per person is $250. Final payment I'm going to have due the week before. And then you save this. So here we have 2 options. You continue to add more options, such as if you have a quadruple room, a triple room, or you want to start adding the regular package price, which I'm going to go ahead and add one of those so you can see the difference. Here is the standard travel deal, travel package. So everything is identified here. Let's change this to December 1st, 2023 through December 7th, 2023. There is no limited quantity. This will be available again until the week before. The price is going to be the same of it's showing it per person. Now we're going to be at full price without the discount. So make sure that you're putting the appropriate price without the discount, since this is the regular price point. My deposit is still $250 per person, and this is good up until the week before. So now you can save this. I do want to point out, when you're creating these, you can edit the information by clicking here. If you didn't like what you created, delete here. If you want to duplicate this, you can go ahead and duplicate it and just change some of the details. But I want to also show you and point out to you that you're going to enter your commissions in this section. That's going to be a different process, so that when it's auto booked, you can go ahead and identify the commissions associated to that. But that's in this different section. We can work on that another time. For options, this is where you would identify options such as on cruises, your drink packages, your Wi-Fi, any other information or excursions you might want to add here. We're going to go ahead and create one extra option, and this happens to be an add-on to the package. So if my travelers would like to go ahead and book a self-drive tour, they can go ahead and add this. Let's say December 7th through December 10th, 2023. I'm going to go ahead and identify the price. Now here, I'm going to adjust this, excuse me, to remove the price per person, because this is a package. Price is listed in US dollars and is for a double occupancy. The deposit amount is also $250. There are no limits, and this is available up until the week before they travel, so I will give this option to them until that point in time. So here they can add the extra item, and it just allows them to add this to this particular package. It doesn't need to be purchased if they don't want it. Your payment details, you need to make sure it says supplier only and not direct. If it says direct, you need to delete the entire page and start over. You can add monthly payment schedule here. I did not click on this. I create the monthly payments based on when it's purchased. The confirmation template is chosen from the beginning in your templates that you've created already. This is going to be the terms and conditions that you're going to select also from the pre-created template. So you can do a preview up here and see exactly what it is that you are selecting here and how it looks. So let's take a look and see what it looks like so far. Here's the picture we picked. Here's the description of what the clients are going to see. Here's the description of the optional add-on that we've put in. Here's the itinerary, our cancellation policy, and then our packages that we've entered so far. You can see they'll click here to book this package. They can click here to book this package or book this package. Once they get into the packages and they've purchased a package, that's when they'll have the option to select the purchase of this particular option. Once they've selected it and they've gone through to select their packages, this is where they're going to start providing the number of travelers. And then it's going to go to the page where this is where they enter in their traveler information. I'm going to show you where this comes from. So now that we've done the description and the pricing over here, we're going to go ahead and do the traveler info. Okay, so here we're going to select from the pre-created templates that are already in our system. And this is going to be very important to ensure that you are selecting the appropriate forms. So for me, I want to have the Sundu Traveler Information form without air because I am booking a travel without air included. For the second traveler and any additional travelers, I want them to complete the same template, the same form. If you have questions, this is going to be about what forms you're selecting. This is going to explain to you what you should be putting here. For the task list, I have created a task list for this particular group so that this way I know when what is due, and it sends me reminders. Once you're done with this, you can go ahead and preview or publish. So I'm going to go ahead and publish this. And then here you get your link and you're all done. This is where you're going to find your group details. This is where you're going to be able to edit, get your booking page link, take a look at your booking page. You can duplicate this booking page for groups so that you can create another one. The way you get back here is you're going to go to your dashboard, and here's where all your groups are, and here's where all your individuals are. So I'm going to go ahead and click View Group, Group Files, click on here, and this is where it brings me back to the package if I need to make any changes. If you want to go ahead and share the link to any of your clients, I would go to the View Group, Group Files. This is the published page. You can click here and get the booking page link. Copy this and then email it, text it, or send a text message to your client. And that is it for group bookings. I want to show you also where I've got some of those templates. Here's the section where you're going to create the pre-populated templates that you're selecting from the drop-down boxes. So for your confirmations, I'm currently utilizing the invoice confirmation. This is what it says. For my terms and conditions, I'm utilizing a very lengthy terms and condition because I want to make sure that my clients know what responsibilities and liabilities I have and don't have. I suggest having an attorney in the state that you're within to create your terms and conditions because each state is different. Please note that I've also put in here that I charge fees if they're going to change a booking. If there's a change to the proposal, I have a fee here. If they cancel their trip, I also have a cancellation fee as well as the vendor. I also created, I have the task list that I created for my group trip so that this way I have these reminders set in. So if I have any clients that want to do monthly payments, I am reminded to process the payments because I'm only doing it once a month. I do it once a month to make sure that I know what exactly when exactly I need to be charging the clients. So it's not one client one day in the month, another client another day in the month. I let everybody know that it's always going to be on the 12th, 13th, whatever day I've chosen, and it's going to be the same. I also set reminders in here of when the reports are due to the vendor as to how many people are going to be in attendance on the trip for the group package. I also identified here my expected commission information. I sent out an automated bon voyage email to all, a welcome home, and when I've collected my commission. And that, everyone, is your group trip. I just want to point something out when you're creating your forms. It's extremely important that you click on the Show Advanced Form options because all of this is connected to your form. So you want to know what the button text is going to say. You want to know what's going to happen with the confirmation template, your email template, and the email button text. Click on these items here, the question marks, and it's going to tell you exactly what this means. Confirmation template. Select the confirmation page your clients will see after they fill out this form. Email template. Select the default email template to be used when sending this form to clients. So you'll see these are drop downs, so everything is connected. So if you're creating a template, here we are creating a form, you need to have a connected email template. So that means you need to go in here to create this. If you want the email button text, you're just going to identify here what the button states and so forth and so on here. If you have any other questions, reach out.